This is a video on how to go through the Central Limit Theorem Lab and to learn the Central Limit Theorem by looking at enrollment data at the California community colleges. So let's go through the instructions step by step. The first item in the instructions is to open up the CLT Enrollment Lab spreadsheet that shows the enrollments of each of the 118 California community colleges. So I just click on this link, I open it up, and there is the enrollment data. In particular, in column A has the enrollments for each of the columns, all the way down to each of the 118, 2 through 119. So in particular, you can kind of see all of the different data. The next step in the instructions is to make a copy. So I'm going to go back to the enrollment data. I'm going to go to File, Make a Copy, and then we see the instructions say, let's call it our CLT spreadsheet. So I go and call it our CLT spreadsheet. And I hit OK. And there it is. We have our spreadsheet and our new one. It's entitled Our CLT Spreadsheet. Then we go ahead and we share it with our group members. So the way you share it is we click on this Share item. And then I make sure that this says Can't Edit. And I just type in the email addresses of the people that I want to share it, your 3 other group members. Only one person in the group needs to do this part. So I'm just going to hit Done because I don't know your addresses. So once I've shared it, the next item in the list is each member of your group will randomly pick 5 numbers from 2 to 119. We will repeat this process 9 more times. Use the following link right here to generate the random numbers. So I click on it, click on the link, a new tab opens, and we're going to generate 5 numbers. So I type in 5 on generate, between 2 and 119. And I just hit Get the Numbers. And there they are. I have the numbers 47, 81, 24, 101, and 35. So now I go back to the spreadsheet and I need to find item number 47, 81, 24, 101, and 35. So here's the spreadsheet. I just scroll down and I find item number 47, and that is 17091. I think the easiest is just click that. Go Control-C for copy. Scroll back up. And then I'll be student number 2, for example. That might be my number. You might be number 1 or number 3 or number 4. And I go into student data, and I go in and I go Control-V, and there it is. So then the next number, if you remember, was 81. So I scroll down to 81. And there it is, 10355. I Control-C for copy, scroll back up, put it right here in the next row. I hit Paste, Control-V, and there's 10355. So then I do all the rest of them. Okay, and once I have the 5 data values into my data row, I notice down here it says mean of 5, 22042. And in the instructions, what it tells us to do is find the enrollment values that correspond to your randomly generated numbers from column A. I did that. And then it says a spreadsheet will automatically calculate the mean of the 5 values for each group, which we saw. And then it says we're going to type the first mean in our column, whether it's C, E, G, or I, in row 2. So let's do that. So here's the 22,042, which is the mean of those 5 numbers. So it turns out copy and paste doesn't work here, so I have to type in the number, 22,042, and I type in 22,042. And I now have my first sample mean for my sampling distribution. Then I am just going to do it again. So in the instructions, it tells us delete the 5 values in your initial column and repeat steps 3 through 5 9 more times, inserting the new means in your column for mean C, E, G, or I. So I go back to my spreadsheet. I have to delete, so I'm going to highlight these 5 numbers, hit the backspace, go back to the random.org site. I could hit again, is all I need to do. And I got 5 new numbers. And I do the exact same thing with these 5 numbers, the 24, the 50, the 26, the 75, and the 11. So I go back and I look for item number 24, which is 11602. So I can get 11602 right here, 11602, and then I do the rest of them. And then when I've got all 5 of those in, I notice that my mean of 5 is 17,107. I put that into the next row here. So 17,107. I hit enter, and I have to do this 10 total times. I've now collected the sample means for each of the 5 data sets that I got from this random number generator. And I can take a look, if I scroll down a bit, at, for example, the histogram. Right here is the histogram for these 10 sample means that I found. I can make it bigger if I want, and it's a good idea to make it bigger. So I make it bigger and I can actually see the histogram, and I can look at the x-axis and kind of notice the shape. It's going to ask you questions about that. Be sure to resize it down after you've looked at it so that your partners have space to look at theirs. I could look at the mean, which was 20,339, and the standard deviation, which is 4,682, for these 10 sample means. So not only have you done your work, but hopefully your partners have also done their work, and they will have their 10 different sample means for each of the 4 partners, and there will be 4 different histograms, one for each of your partners, including yourself. There'll be a mean and a standard deviation for each. But then if you scroll down, there'll be a histogram for the combined means. So that'll be 40 different sample means. There'll be a mean for the 40 different sample means, and a standard deviation for the 40 different sample means. Also shown as the population mean and population standard deviation of the original data. So after that, you will be asked in the instructions to analyze what you have done. And I will let you read through these 7 different questions. And the idea is you can create a Google Doc if you go to File, and you can go to New, Document. And only one of you for your group needs to do this because you'll share it with your group, just like we shared the spreadsheet. And then you can write down the answers to the questions, and that's what you're going to submit. The link to this document, and also the link to the spreadsheet that you had copied and made. So that's about all I have to say for this video. I hope you enjoy the Central Limit Theorem Lab, and that you understand how to work with it and hopefully get along and learn from your partner's contributions to this Central Limit Theorem Lab. So have a wonderful morning, wonderful day, wonderful night, whatever time it is for you, and thank you for watching this video.